What's up, everybody? This is Business Plus on your way today again. Before I go on, kindly like and subscribe to my channel, please, just to encourage me to drop more videos. I'm a professional in forex trading and I spent say, probably 9 years trading now. So I just want to expose you guys to some secrets how you can scalp volatility 75 index using M1 time frame. Today I'll be using just two indicators. You can see we have stochastics. I'll show you the setup and exactly how you can go about it. And also on the main chart we have moving average. I'll show you the settings for this moving average. Now let's move on. Anytime you want to use this strategy works. It works like fire. It's working, and we give it a very sniping entry. And don't forget, you must have knowledge of price action. That's just the three main things that I use. You can see I have a very good result. I'm operating on real accounts and I have a very good result trading volatility 75 index on M1 time frame using this strategy. It's a quick strategy, it's a very beautiful scalping strategy that works. I've been using this back to back, time to time. Recently, I just closed a buy on my volatility 75 index, which came in profit, roughly $14 to $15. We call it scalping. We don't need to wait till it gets to $1,000 or $100. Now, let me show you how this strategy works now. You can see, let's zoom in. We are working on M1 time frame, and also we have to check for the trend of the market. When you notice on this chart, you will see that the candlesticks on M1 is swinging. You can see it's going down, up, retesting and doing some kind of show for us. But don't worry, we have to give it a sniping entry. So let me quickly show you something around this point here. Yeah, let me show you something around this point here. Don't forget that anytime you are trading, you must give your trading a sniping entry. Now, let's take for example, you can see this trade is an uptrend, which our moving average have shown us that this trade is working on an uptrend. Now, before we can go in this trade, we have to note that around this point, we'll check for this area with our stochastics. You can see that it's the moving average cut through the chart here and started going up from a downtrend. You can see we have a downtrend here. You can see we have a downtrend here. Oh, let me use the proper thing. Let me use an arrow. We have a downtrend here. Let me use an arrow to perfect everything, and we have an uptrend here. So as it's going up, we have to note this area here. You can see this area here. Now let's use our crosshair to check what exactly the stochastic is telling us. Now you can see at the point of intersection of the crosshair, you can see the stochastics has gotten to the top. It's telling us that we must not enter a sell signal, because the stochastics will be telling you when it goes to the level. You have to note the level on the stochastics too. Let me show you that. You will see here we have level 90, we have level 50. You don't open any trade, you don't enter on any position when we have 50. You don't go for any trade, don't open any position at 50. I repeat, don't open any position at 50. You must make sure that when we have an uptrend, you must enter your trade. You can open a position from this 10. When your stochastics get to this point at level 10, then you go for a buy if it's an uptrend. Now if it's a downtrend like the ones we are having on this chart here, if it's a downtrend, you can see it's coming down from this point. You can see if it's a downtrend, then you have to look for a point which is around this place to sell, or probably around here to sell. Now if I should use my crosshair now, you will see that I'm pointing to something around this point now, something around that point. Yeah, something around that point. Let me use the crosshair now. You can see when it gets to the point on the main chart, you can see around this point on the main chart, you can see when it gets to around this point on the main chart, that's the arrow showing the illustration. Now let me use crosshair. You can see, look at this stochastic, then it means that the moving average 50 has been your resistance. That's the resistance. It means that the chart or the candlestick will not go above it. It won't go beyond that level. So, and look at the stochastics now. You can probably go for a sell, right? And it rolled down from this point down to this place. If you're using lot size of 0.001, from this point to this point, you'll be picking nothing less than $20 US, nothing less than that. And if you're using, let me say 0.01, which I like mostly using 0.01, if you're using something like that, you'll be picking nothing less than 100 or more. So that's exactly what the strategy is telling us to do. And if this strategy is forming an uptrend, now look at this point here. Look at this point here. You notice that at this point we have another support. The moving average 50 is forming a support, and you can see presently the chart has gone up and is coming back down here. You have to wait. Now, as you were looking at it on the main chart that is coming down to that level, be looking at your stochastics too. It's not necessary that it came down to hit the moving average 50. Yeah, 50. So it's not a must that you come and meet this, but exactly what we're looking at is the stochastics. You can see it's coming down. The stochastics is coming down. You can see it's coming down. Immediately when it gets to this point, or even before it gets to this point, since you know the trend is moving in an upward direction, then you go for a buy. But we are giving it a sniping entry. We don't want people to wait much before the strategy we exhaust them. You can see now it has gone to 10, but we have to wait till it cross. Now let's zoom out. So when it cross, then we give it a buy. It's as simple as that. We give it a buy. You only buy when you are very sure that the trend is moving in an upward direction. When it's going in an upward direction, that's when you give it a buy. And when it's coming down, you have to sell if you're very sure. And exactly what you saw is what you must trade. Don't trade what you think will happen. Trade what you see. That's how you can be successful. Don't forget we are using M1 time frame. Now let's go back to other time frame. You can also confirm what we're doing on M5. You can see we'll soon be having an uptrend on M1. Now let's go on M5. You can see M5 is telling us it's coming down, but M5 has gotten to can I call this a support now? It has gotten to the it has gone beyond the resistance. You can see, which is the 50 moving average. It has gone beyond the resistance. But what we mainly focus on is the M1. You can see we almost have an entry for a buy signal. You can see it's coughing, right? Make sure it coughs very well before you before you go for a buy. Make sure it coughs very well before you go for a buy. It's a buy signal. You can see the 50 moving average is going up with it and serving as the resistance. I just want us to wait a bit so that I can impute this. You can see it's on real account. I want it to cough a bit more, then I will go in for a buy. I can go in now, but I want this candlestick to retest, come down. Good. So we wait. Immediately when the signal goes in profit, I'll just go ahead and show you the setup. When it goes in profit, I'll just go ahead and show you the setup. So let's look for what D1 is talking about. You can see D1 is buying, though it has came down, it's buying. Let's check H4. H4 stochastics is telling us H4 we sell. That's on long-term trade. So if you want to go for a long term, a very long time, maybe for like a week, 5 days, 7 days trading, or even probably 3 days, then you follow the higher indicator. But since it's just scalping, you can see it has came in profit. Since it's just scalping, you don't need to wait that long. You can see it has came in profit. Now, next thing you do, when the second candle closes, or you have a very good space between your entry point and your candlestick, which has given you profit, you just use the crosshair to set your stop loss, to lock in your profit, so that when it's coming back down against you, it means that you will never lose any trade in loss. Just give it something like that. Just give it something like that. But for me, I have an account who can hold this. I'm just talking about those people who are using small money to trade. So for me, I'll just leave it. I'll let it keep running. So let's check what H1 is talking about. You can see H1 is a buy signal. H1 is a buy signal. You can see the stochastic is about intercepting each other. So H1 is a buy signal. H1 is a buy signal. H1 is a buy signal. Excuse me. I'm trying to delete the arrows. So H1 is a buy signal. So you can check everything, and most of the time you notice that what H1 is saying is what M30, M15, M5 and M1 will be saying. So if your trade should come in loss, you can see it has probably come in loss. You just have to be patient because the stochastic is still going up. It has not gotten to 90 level, but make sure that immediately when it crossed like this, you can see it has crossed. Now you have to close if you can no more hold, but look at the moving average before you close. It's still above the moving average 50, so you don't need to close, you have to wait. You can see it has gone back in profit. You can see this is real account, real account, real account, real account. So let me now show you the setup. You can see it has came in profit. This is what I've traded today with this strategy, just capping. When I have 100, I stop for a day or 50. No greediness. Okay, so now let me just show you the setup, then we move. So this is the moving average. You can see the period is 50, the shift is 0, the method is simple, the apply to is close, then the style you can give it the any color you wish, but make sure that it's something visible to you. And you can see the level. I didn't touch the level at all. Okay, now let's go for the other one, which is the stochastic, which is the main thing. Now you can see the percentage K period is 8, the percentage D period is 3, the slowing is 3, the price feed is low high, the method is simple, the style you can see we have 2 pixels, and the signal too is 2 pixels, and also the level you can see 10, 90 and 50. Don't take a trade when you have 50. Don't take a trade on 50. I repeat, don't take a trade on 50. So that's it, guys. That's it, guys. You can see we are in profit, right? We're in profit. So I have to wait till my stochastics gets to 0.90. Okay, so that's just it. So one more time, kindly like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And say thank you.